Hey, greetings. What's up, everyone? This is Chief Coronago Flying Eagle. Let me just make sure I got audio on YouTube and Facebook. Let me just make sure. All right, so YouTube is good. Let me make sure Facebook is good. All right, Facebook is good. Facebook is good. First things first, I want to acknowledge the great spirit, universal intelligence, the great I am. Definitely want to thank my ancestors on these days. Personally, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, but I will get into that. Today, I'm going to do at least 3 or 4 videos, short videos, but I'm going to do at least 3 or 4 videos. The reason why I haven't been doing anything is because YouTube blocked me. Okay. They said that I violated their community standards, and so the ban was lifted, I think, yesterday or a couple of days ago. Regardless of what it is, YouTube, you know what you could do with yourself. I don't care about you. I don't care about your people. So if you want to, they say if I do one more strike, then they're gonna get rid of the channel. I don't care, okay? Because we live in a society, in a day and age where people control what you say. Now, it's okay for people to come on YouTube and talk about killing niggas and women as bitches and hoes and all that's fine with YouTube. That's not violating their standards. But once you start talking about other things, that's real, then all of a sudden they want to censor you. So I don't really care because I don't live my life on YouTube. YouTube, you don't mean anything to me. So if you want to take the channel, that's fine. I don't care. All right. But you're not going to censor me from speaking my truth. I'm going to continue to speak that. So just so you guys know, if the channel is taken out, I really don't care. All right. I really don't. So my life is not based on social media. You feel me? I have a life outside of that. So I just wanted to put that out there just so that YouTube know I don't care if they take the channel. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to talk today. Like I said, I'm going to do at least 3 or 4 videos. In this one, I wanted to give my 2 cents on the young Dolph situation. All right. Now, I didn't know young Dolph. As a matter of fact, I never heard of young Dolph before all that happened. All right. Because me personally, I don't listen to the rap that they have nowadays. I don't listen to that. Okay. I might be missing out on some good music. I don't know. I just don't like the energy. To me, any music that's out here promoting, and I'm gonna be, blunt today. I'm just in a different energy right now. I don't use certain terms, but I'm just gonna speak it the way it is that people get it. All right. I don't subscribe to being called the N-word, but that's what people call themselves. So let me put it that way. Any type of music that's out here promoting or people being called niggas or niggas killing niggas, I don't subscribe to that. I don't support that. Okay. I don't support that. Any music that's out here calling all women bitches and hoes, I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to that, and I don't support that. All right. Our people have to realize that we have to take a stand. And the reason why that music is being popular or it's being popularized, okay, is because you are the one supporting it, the consumers. So stop complaining, okay, when you get the result of what the music is promoting. You feel me? Now, about young Dolph. Like I said, I didn't know a lot about the man. I still don't know a lot about the man, but I will give you my opinion. Now, when I'm giving you my opinion, I'm going to tell you it's my opinion. This is my opinion. Okay. Saying sound is cut. I don't know. Can you guys hear me? If you could hear me, do me a favor, please. Type 1 in the chat. Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, if you could hear me, just type 1. All right, you can. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, thank you. So, like I was saying, right, with the young Dolph situation, this is my thing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to say is, I'm going to extend, my condolences, to the family. All right, because regardless of what the situation is, no matter what the circumstances are, okay, people are going to be hurt by losing a loved one. Because for one, a lot of people are not on the frequency that we are on. When I say we, certain people, like for me, for instance, I don't believe in death. Okay, so I respond and react to people transitioning a little bit different. Okay, because how would I put it? And I want to be sensitive here, and I want to be, sympathetic. Okay, in the culture, or in my culture, and I'm talking about indigenous culture, right? When someone transitions, all right, we celebrate it. Okay, whether the person transitioned in war or whether it was a natural transition, all right. So it was celebrated. We cried when people when there was birth, because we knew that that individual or that being, they were coming into a world. Okay, they were coming into hell. They were coming into Hades. All right. So this is the true hell that we're experiencing. So when our ancestors gave birth, we cried because we knew what they were coming into. All right. And when they transitioned, that's when we celebrated. Okay, because they were going back from a better place, from whence we came, from another realm. They were getting a second chance to manifest into another host, to come and have a different experience. Okay, so we celebrated that. But again, nowadays the culture was taken, and I cannot tell people how to celebrate or deal with them losing a loved one. I can't do that. I'm in no place to do that. So I do have to send my condolences to the family. However, this is what I'm going to say on young Dolph, especially in the Memphis situation, right? I grew up in Brooklyn, right? And I lived in Memphis for about 2 years. Okay? Never had any issues, but Memphis is literally a war zone. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Now, once again, this is my opinion. I'm entitled to that. Okay? I'm exercising my First Amendment right. All right? My brothers and sisters, what you have to realize is this. Memphis and pretty much the down south, Arkansas, Mississippi, those places are literally over 80% of the population are original indigenous people. What I mean by that, so-called black people, so-called African Americans. All right. A lot of these people have no history of coming from Africa, no ancestors coming from Africa, but they think they're black and they think they're African American. Now keep that in mind. Okay. Now let me ask you a question. If the system that you live in, a natural herb, a natural plant, such as what they call marijuana, well, I personally don't call it marijuana because that's a legal term to put you in jail, because you need a license to smoke marijuana, but you don't need a license to smoke herbs, okay, because herbs came from the Great Spirit. They cannot charge you for that. However, if they give it a name, they could charge you for smoking the name because it's a patent name and they made it illegal. You need a license to smoke the name, not the plant. I hope you're with me. Okay? I hope you're with me. And the jail is filled with people that look like me because of what they call marijuana, a patent name. Why is all that important? Because I'm making a reference to show you what's really happening in Memphis. Okay? Now, if the system, they were sending our people to jail for having a roach all over the country, and over 80% of the population in Memphis is people who look just like us, and they were sending you to jail, family, for a roach. They send you to jail for less than that. Let me ask you a question. Why would they make it legal for people to walk around in Memphis with guns without a license? You see, my people don't think, because they think that everything that the system gives you is a privilege. No, they're giving you a vice, okay, to take care of your own demise. That's what it is. They know that our people are unstable. They know that our people are suffering from mental disease. They know that our people are living in impoverished areas. So when you live in an area that's poor, what do? For survival, you have to do what? You have to prey on the people that are around you who seem to be living a better life than you. So what does that mean, Chief? It means that if your son or daughter can afford a better pair of sneakers to go to school, and the ones who can't, they're going to look at those who can and victimize them, because it's about survival of the fittest, the crab in the barrel mentality. Okay, if that mother could feed her children, then they become a target. If that father could buy his son a better pair of sneakers, that child become a target, because it was designed that way. So why do you think? Why do you think the system? Why do you think the political system in Memphis, in Tennessee, would give Negroes the right to walk around with guns without having a license? Why do you think so? It's so that they take out each other. Because it was happening way before they gave them the license or the okay to walk around with guns like you in the West, in Texas. In the days, back in the days of the cowboy movies. Family, maybe I'm just rambling right now because I'm just so tired. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm going to kind of digress a little bit and fall back and kind of like reiterate what I'm saying. Okay? Over 80% of the population in Memphis is so-called Negroes. For number one, these people don't know they're indigenous. They call themselves African American and Black. All over the United States is happening, right? But let's talk about Memphis and the deep down south here for a second, all right? The goal is to get rid of the original people. That is the goal. But for the system to do it blatantly, okay, it will raise too much of an eyebrows, okay? They will come under attack. So they had to come up with ways so that indigenous people are able to get rid of themselves. And that is one of the ways. You see, you don't realize that you are actually in a war. That's what you don't realize, that you are in a war. And when people like me speak up, we become the enemies. It has always been that way. The people you want to save, they're the same ones who will turn to crucify you. You feel me? And I'm not sure how many of you are going to listen and hear what I'm saying today, because it's two different things to listen and hear. But I want you to hear me. Okay? That wasn't a coincidence. And I'm not going to make accusations or assertions. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to say allegedly, because I know YouTube, y'all just waiting to get rid of Chief Coronago's channel because he's speaking too much truth. But once again, look at the situation. And for those of you who didn't know, allegedly, where young Dolph got shot, the cookie shop or whatever it was, the cookie store, the owner of that store, his son just got shot. His son just got shot again. So that's 2 deaths. I'm not sure if you guys are hearing about that one. Okay? Where young Dolph got shot, that store owner, the cookie shop, his son got shot a few days ago. Now, was it gang rivalry? I don't know. Was young Dolph part of something that we didn't know? I don't know. The point I'm making is Memphis is a war zone. Why? Because it is over 80% of the population are so-called African Americans, original indigenous people who are lost because they don't know who they are. So what is the easiest way to get rid of these people? Give them the guns, give them the ammunition, and have them take each other out. Family, this is done by design. It is done by design. Okay? It is intentional. Because you have a few ways to get the land. Okay? You could rob the people of their land, or you could have them kill each other off and you could take the land. People don't realize it's all about real estate. Let's degrade the people. Let's denigrate the community all right, so that the value of the real estate could go down, all right? And we tell them, oh, well, you know what, man, it's a killing zone. Y'all got to move. And then make it an abandoned town. And then a few years later, here comes investors to bring up the value and build better structures. Family, it's happened. You see, there's nothing new under the sun. But a lot of people are just too blind. They can't see it. They just can't see it. It is the same thing that's being repeated over and over and over and over and over again. The only thing that changes is the player, but the game remains the same. So I tell people, don't hate the player, hate the game. And we refuse to learn the game, but we are pawns in the game. You feel me? So ask yourself this question. Why would the political system, the so-called powers there be, okay, just say it's okay to walk around in Memphis with guns for everybody? You don't need a license. When they know they have all these gangs in Memphis, family, maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong. Because Negroes are just walking around on eggshells, itching to blow a nigger's head off. Because why? That's what's being promoted. Okay? Because that's what's being promoted. Let me tell y'all something, man. That's why I tell people I'm in a world by myself. You feel me? I'm in a whole different frequency by myself. And that's why I stay away from a lot of people. You feel me? I mean, I have acquaintances, I have associates, I have family, even family. A lot of them, I stay away from them because I have to be in my own zone, because it's a crazy world out here. You did? It's a real crazy world out here, man. And this is not a game. So just all I'm asking you to is to think about what I'm saying, all right? And you have rappers that's walking around, oh, my condolences, and yo, you know, that was our homie. Well, let me ask you a question. If you know it was your homie, and you know the type of music you're promoting is pushing this type of life, why do you continuously do that kind of music? Let me break something down to y'all. And a lot of you may think I'm crazy because let me tell you, I love my mother, man, to life, not to death, because I don't subscribe to death. I only subscribe to life. I love my mother to life. And a couple of days ago, about 2 days ago, might have been, day before yesterday, I had a conversation with her. And, you know, they're certified Christians, okay? They're certified Christians. And I was breaking down a few words to them, my sister, my niece, all of them, you know, telling them about the word bless and good morning and all that. And my mother told me, it sounded like I'm part of a cult. And because I respect her, I left it alone, not knowing that they are the ones that's part of a cult. But you see, it's so jacked up that they cannot see it. You know what I mean? I'm saying all that to say is this. Let me break down something for y'all. Remember when we had soul music? Our people were vibrating on a higher frequency. I'm going to repeat that. Okay? When our people had soul music, our people, they were vibrating on a higher frequency. Then what they had to do, they say, nah, these soulful people, they love each other. That's when we used to call each other gods, and we used to call each other brother and sister. There was no popularization of the word nigger, okay, and killing niggas. All right, we didn't popularize that. We used to call each other G. That means God. Okay, brother, my sister. That's how we used to address each other. Then they say, nah, we got to change the music, because you don't realize the melanin that's in our body, the music affects the melanin. But I won't get into that right now. Okay, it affects your pineal gland. Okay, that music affects your pineal gland. So they took away soul music, And they say, what we got to do, we got to give them disco. It was a transition. Disco means let's disconnect them from their soul. But you know what? Chief Coronago might be a little bit crazy because even my mom say I'm part of a cult. And I love you, Mom. Nothing personal against you. But y'all don't realize how brainwashed y'all are. You feel me? Because you see, people don't know the foundation of what's happening. So we had soul. And they said, let's disconnect them from their soul. So they gave us disco. As soon as they gave us disco, what happened? The crack epidemic came in. Okay, then AIDS came in. Why? Because we got disconnected from our soul, the soulful people, loving each other, caring about each other, building, support. Whether it was a Black Panther movement, whatever the case may be. The point is, our people, we were uniting. We stood for something. When we say we are going to boycott a business, we boycotted the business, and that business went out of business. You see, it's a whole different frequency that we are living in. It's not a different people. It's a different energy. That's what it is. Same people, but a different energy, a different vibe. So they gave us the disco. You feel me? Now, you had hip hop. And hip hop was too positive. Okay? Hip hop was saying F the police. Hip hop was saying, now we ain't taking that. Okay? It was a revolutionized form of music. So they said, now we got to take that away. We got to bring rap. Rap is part of rapture rape. You see, y'all don't understand what's going on. You feel me? Don't you think they could have chosen a different word from hip hop to something else? But they had to call it rap. There's a reason for that. Rap, rape, rapture is all the same word. Okay? Then it got even worse. From rap to trap. Because you got to be trapped in a certain cipher that's created. In a realm that's being created. Now you're trapping. Because you have been trapped. You dig? Family, it is just crazy, man. It is just crazy. And people call us the crazy ones. People call me the crazy one. But that's what's happening in the music. Because they know it affects the melanin in the people. So Memphis, places like Memphis and all across the United States, even in the Americas, okay, our people are put against each other for self-destruction. Now, I know it seems like once again I might be rambling, but maybe I am. But I hope you find some sense out of the nonsense that I'm speaking. All right? Why would you give permission for a people that's literally dealing with mental issues, a people that's hurting, a people that's poor? Okay, hurt people. Why would you tell them it's okay? Yeah, you know what? Here's guns. Our people don't make guns. Our people don't manufacture guns. So where do you think the guns come from? Here's all the guns in the world you need. And guess what? You need a license to smoke a plant that the Great Spirit gave you. You need a license, okay, to smoke a plant that the so-called God gave you. You need a license to collect water in your backyard. You need a license to grow tomatoes in your backyard, but you don't need a license to get a gun to kill your people. But maybe, you know what? Maybe Chief Coronago is the one that's crazy. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Now you wonder why when people make it, they don't want to come back to the hood, and y'all call them sellouts. No. Are they sellouts or are they saving their lives by not coming back? You tell me. You see, we got to stop being hypocrites. So a lot of them choose to stay away from the hood and help the hood from a distance. You feel me? Now, young Dolph should have had security. Don't feel so comfortable in that environment. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason. I don't know if it's a wake-up call, because whether you believe it or not, we all chose our path. Okay? We all came here on a contract, knowing why we came here. Now, the physical body, meaning that the physical man or woman, may not be conscious of that. But we all came here for a purpose and a reason. Young Dolph served his purpose. Okay? He served his purpose. And I hope we learn from that. Because family, if we don't learn, it's going to continue until we wipe each other out. Now, I personally, Chief Coronago Flying Eagle, I'm not going to be a part of that cipher. No, I refuse to be, because I did not manifest here to be a martyr. Okay, I did not manifest here to be a victim of my environment. I manifest here to make a difference. I manifest here to live my best life. I don't want to live my best life when I so-called die. No. You see, that is religion teaching that. I am not religious. But I am a man that's aware of who he is. You feel me? And I'm going to live my best life. If I have to get out of the United States, I will. But I am going to live my best life, because I'm not going to stay here and be a victim, okay, and try to save people who don't want to be saved. Because you can't save people. All you could do is give them the information and they do what they want to do with it. If you're trying to save people, you will drown. You have to save yourself first. That is one of the first laws of the universe. Universal laws, self-preservation. You have to preserve yourself first. That's why love begins with self. Okay? You have to save yourself first. So it's not selfish to want to save yourself first. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty about doing that. Because guess what? When you're gone, all they're going to say is, oh, well, Chief Coronago was a good guy. And then a few years later, you're forgotten. I have seen it happen over and over and over again. Okay? For a week or 2 weeks, they celebrate you. They burn buildings down in your name. And then a year later, you become a memory. They give you a date. Oh, well, January 47th. Yes, that's what I said. January 47th. We have Chief Coronago Day. I mean, how long are we going to keep up this same type of behavior? And we can't see it. The enemies are giving you the guns to kill your own people. Think about what I just said. You need a license to grow food in your yard. Huh? You need a license to get married. I mean, you see, I don't know if y'all are listening. I don't know if y'all are hearing me today. You need a license to have children. Because guess what? A birth certificate is a license. It's a privilege. You try and have a baby in their hospital without a license, without a birth certificate, and see what's going to happen. They will call the cops. They will call child care services, because you need their approval. They've got to be part of that contract. The point I'm making is this. You need a license to grow food. You even need a license to breathe. But you don't need a license to get guns. Guess what? You don't need a license to travel, but you need a license to drive. You don't need a license to travel, but they make you think you need one, but you don't. The point I'm making is this. Why don't you need a license to have these guns? Huh? Why don't you have a license, or why don't you need a license? Because guess what? It doesn't matter if you're a felon. It doesn't matter if you're a criminal. In Memphis, you could just walk into a store, show some ID, no background check, and buy a gun. Because over 80% of the population in Memphis, Arkansas, Mississippi, guess what? Those people are so-called black people. We don't have to give them license. No. Let them kill each other off. Let them do it for us so that we won't be guilty. So we could take the blood off our hands. We killed enough of their ancestors already. So you know what? Let them do it themselves. But let me tell y'all something. The person who give you the gun is as much guilty as the person who used the gun. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. If you give me a gun and you know well within your own mind that I'm going to use that gun to kill somebody, and you gave it to me, and I went and I go out there and I kill somebody, guess what? You are responsible as well. So let me ask you a question. Who is going to hold these political powers responsible? Huh? Guess what? Nobody. I don't know, family. You see me, I'm very optimistic. I'm very optimistic. Not hopeful. Because to me, hope is just sitting around waiting for things to happen. So I don't deal with hope. That was Obama's dream. Look what he gave us. Nothing. You feel me? But I am optimistic. But I'm not stupid. You see what I'm saying? Well, Chief, what do you mean by this? Because I'm optimistic, I'm not going to put myself in a position to be a martyr by my people. I'm not going to do that. So a lot of times people will hit me up with their own perceptions of what I'm supposed to be or who I'm supposed to be. I don't let that affect me because I know who I am. You feel me? I know my purpose for manifesting here. And I'm not going to be a fool. So I'm asking each and every one of you, yes, let us care about our people. Let us love our people. Let us teach our people, but don't put yourself in a position to be a martyr for your people. Now, if that's your purpose for manifesting here, that's cool. That is your purpose. But that is not Chief Coronago's purpose. No. I am going to live my best life. I am going to have the best of life. And I don't have to hurt people to do that. I don't have to defraud people to do that. I don't have to take advantage of people to do that. Because I've made some great investments in my life. I've made some great financial investments in my life. Why? Because I was never a consumer. I was always an investor. And a few of those things are about to materialize. And I am going to live my best life. I'm going to give back in my own way. But I'm going to live my best life. Because this is crazy. It's a war zone out here. And old people don't realize we're at war. It's called a quiet war. It's been happening since the 1930s. And we are dying so much to be a part of the system that's here so that we are able to meet our demise. That is crazy. We are supporting our own destruction. We complain about the Chinese, but we support the Chinese. We complain about the Arabs, but we support the Arabs. I don't get it. I don't get it, family. Man, this is it's crazy. But I just wanted to give you guys a perspective on this whole young Dolph situation. So let me get back into that. Okay? The brother got gunned down by people who look just like him. Do you think it was a coincidence? Huh? The young man wanted to uplift his community. The young man wanted to give back to his community. And anytime you're about building your people, you become a target to the system. Now, a lot of you in your mind, you may think the system is so-called white, but I have to keep reiterating to you that the system has nothing to do with color. It's about business. It's about business. And a certain demographic of people, they have to remain the haves, while others remain the have-nots. And the have-nots could come in many shape, color, and sizes. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. The have-nots, they don't care if the have-not come in whatever color, shape, or size. They don't care about that. It's about the haves and the have-nots. It is not about the color of your skin. It is being promoted that way. Okay? It's being promoted that way. But let me tell y'all something. The same so-called white people a lot of you hate, they were on the plantation as well. But that's not being taught. Okay? They were on the plantation fighting with some of the slaves, fighting for their freedom as well. The only thing is, they took that whole experience and they made it about a black and white. So there's no gray area. What happened to the yellow people? Why aren't they yellow people? Because you know why? Black and white has nothing to do with the color of your skin. They are all political constructs that was created. So what happened in Memphis, it is not a coincidence. Okay? And that is just my opinion. Conductive reasoning. When I look at all the evidence, I look at all the facts. It had nothing to do with, it wasn't coincidental, put it that way. Okay? And that's just my opinion. It wasn't coincidental. It was planned for that brother to be taken out. Okay? Because they knew exactly what would happen. If you put guns in the hands of children, an innocent child will get shot. And why do I say children? Is because that's why our people are called the minority. Not because we are the minority in number. It is because you have the state of a minor, a child. You may be grown, but you still have the mentality of a child. And if you put guns in the hands of children, guess what? They will kill people or children by accident. And I'm talking about an actual child. So that's what they did in Memphis and in different places where the majority of the people are so-called black people. They will give you the device. They will give you the vices to take yourself out. Let me ask you a question. This system spent so many years putting our people in jail for so-called marijuana. Do you think all of a sudden they're just going to make it legal and give you the real thing? No. The weed that you're smoking is not authentic. It's not real. But our people on every video, somebody's smoking an L. Somebody's smoking a blunt. I don't know, man. I don't know. You tell me how much further we got to go before we realize all this is part of the game. Before we realize that, yo, we can't continue to play the game. We can't. So that's just my 2 cents on this young Dolph situation. In conclusion, my opinion, it was planned. My opinion is they put the guns in the community to make it a war zone. You don't need a license to kill each other anymore. We are going to continue to pay your rappers, your trappers, to make music, to promote killing each other, to promote degrading your women. You know what I'm saying? A couple of days ago, I put a post on Facebook about our women. Okay? What is your number one asset? Is it your ass or your mind? Because every picture, every video is you bending over showing your ass. And I made a comment on that. And a sister took it personal. Oh, well, I like being naked. There's a difference in being naked and showing your ass. You see what I'm saying? And you saw a lot of you, and she talking about, oh, I'm fake woke. I'm the one that's fake woke, huh? Because I want you to keep your clothes on. So you see how the mental disease is prevalent within our people. You get attacked for asking them to respect themselves. You get attacked for respecting your sisters. You get attacked for wanting them to see themselves more than just a piece of ass. I'm getting attacked for that. So let me ask you a question. Why would I want to save people like that? Huh? People who don't want to be saved. So I tell anybody, don't come at me when I speak and say what I have to say and tell me to take a different approach. Because there's no other approach. It's real simple. Respect yourself. It's real simple. Stop showing off your ass. There's no other way to put it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong in being naked. Of course, there's nothing wrong in being naked. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Children are watching those pictures, and you got your ass, every picture you have, you bent over. Your ass is bent over. That's not being naked. No, that's promoting sex. Every video, you doing a video, but the camera is in your titties. Now let me ask you a question. Is it your titties that's talking, or is it your mouth? Is it your lips? People could barely see your forehead. People could barely see your face, but then they're seeing your cleavage. But no, you know what? Chief Coronago is the one with the problem. No, I'm not here judging. I'm not being judgmental. Who am I to judge? Let he without sin cast the first stone. So I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to say, I want you to respect yourself. That's all I'm just saying. And my sisters, I'm not mad at you, because a lot of men, that's what they like. That's what they like. Let me tell you something. They like it, but they don't respect it. You see, there's a difference, because they will not make you the wife that they want. Okay? They like it, but they will not respect you, because no man is going to respect a woman that always want to be bending over, showing her ass on camera. So the men will like it, but they will not respect it. You feel me? Because a real man will only respect a real woman. And I'm going to reiterate this. There's nothing wrong in being naked. Okay? There's nothing wrong in being naked, family. That's not what I'm saying. So there's a difference in being naked and always showing your ass. There's a difference. So she got upset. And I didn't even post the comment because of her. Because I never had any interactions of conversation with her. But she took it upon herself to come and make a comment. Oh, well, I like being naked and that. And then comment, oh, well, you fake woke and you this and you that and you that and you that. When I go look at her page, over 90% of the pictures, her ass is bent over. And I'm like, okay, now I see why you got offended. Because you're one of them. You will get likes, but you will not get respect. You feel me? And it's quite ironic. And like I said, that's why I'm not judging. A lot of you may not know, or some of you may know. I used to dance. I used to be a dancer. So I'm not here to judge people. The point I'm making is this. It's about you respecting yourself. That's what it's about. You feel me? And if our children, if a lot of our children, all they go on Facebook and see is women bent over, what do you think our young sisters, what type of value are they going to have about themselves? So it's not about me judging. It's not what it's about. It's about asking you to letting you know that you're worth more than that. You're more than that piece of meat that you think you are. So a real man will respect a real woman. But a male will like those things. I'm not a male, I'm a man. There's a difference. So know everything that's happening within our society, it is all planned. The killing, the over-sexualization, okay? I mean, the drugs, just the music, everything is planned, family. It is planned. And they are all vices that's put in place to take our people out. That's what it is. So this young Dolph situation is no coincidence. This young Dolph situation, it was all put into place. It was all planned. It was all planned. So I don't know. I really don't know what's the escape for people such as myself. I really don't know. But I'm here to tell you today, I'm not going to be a victim of this society. I refuse to make that my reality. So I'm going to live my best life. I'm going to have the finer things in life. I'm going to eat the best foods. I'm going to take vacations in the best locations of the world. I'm going to have homes all over this world because I'm going to live my best life. Because I'm not going to be a victim. I refuse to be a victim. Everybody is always asking, and I heard my sister say this, everybody's always talking about justice, but nobody's talking about responsibility. Everybody's talking about justice, but nobody's talking about responsibility. When are we going to take up the responsibility of saying that we have to love ourselves first? We have to take care of ourselves first. We have to stop the demise amongst ourselves first. We have to stop the self-destruction amongst ourselves first. I know it's tough because of financial situations. I know it's tough because we have the worst end of the stick. I know. But it's all about free will. Let me tell y'all something. Okay? Everybody have a choice to make. And me, myself, I've been in situations, and I still am in situations. See, people don't know, right? Where some days, even up to this present day, some days I don't even have $1 in my pocket. But guess what? I don't go out there and rob people. Because no matter how low you get in life, you still have a decision to make. It is really that simple. You still have a decision to make. So I'm asking my people out there, I know times could get hard. I know times are hard. But we have to get out of the habit of hurting each other to make those end meets. Because when you're hurting your brother, when you're hurting your sister, you're hurting yourself. It is really that simple. It is really that simple. So I'm about to conclude this video. I know I was all over the place with this one, but I kind of got back on point with it and brought it back to the whole Memphis situation. And why is the government and, you know, the so-called political powers there be in Memphis, why would you just say it's okay for everybody in Memphis to have guns when you know the people are unstable, when you know the communities, the people are poor, the resources are very, very, very limited? Why would you tell the people it's okay to have guns, whether you're a criminal, whether you're a felon? It doesn't matter what type of state of mind you're in. All you have to do is show an ID and go get a gun. Why would you do that? That's all I'm asking. And you guys could draw your own conclusions from that. But I'm just letting you know the state of mind or the environment that's in Memphis right now. Okay? Over 80% of the population are so-called African Americans, people who don't know who they are. They think they came from Africa. They think they black. They think they African American. And it's really poor out there. And they gave them guns. You just think about what I'm saying. Giving guns to poor people. Giving guns to mental disease people that they don't need a license, but you need license to grow food. So maybe I'm the crazy one. I don't know. But I'm about to conclude this video, and I'm going to do another one right after this. Because like I said, I'm going to do at least 3 or 4 videos. So that is the first one. I'm going to conclude this, and I'm going to do another one. And do me a favor, guys. I know some of you have supported this, the YouTube channel by, doing a little donations. Don't do that on YouTube, please. All right. I'm like just so sick of YouTube. Don't do it on YouTube because I have no access to that. If you want to support in any way, you could do that on our website, which is www.ipnan.org. All right. The website is there. Let me just put it in the chat. If you so choose, I mean, you're not obligated to do that because like I said, right now at this point, it doesn't even matter to me, but the information is there. So I'm about to conclude this video, and please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So when I do these lives, you're able to tune in and get the notification. So I'm going to do one next on Thanksgiving, and then I'll do another one, and then I'll probably conclude it. So like I said, I'm going to give you guys at least 3 videos today. All right, so let me get into that right now. So see you in a couple of seconds.